What's your name?
So I am Charliexxile, rap artist and creative influencer located in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, okay. And why did you come back for season two?
Baby, to give these girls another round. Give it to them again and again and again. I really also came back because of the growth of G Status.
Hmm.
Even for those, well, of course, I've seen some snippets, but for those who've watched all of season one, the growth and where season two is going is just day and night. So I think it's a platform that's ultimately going to be broadcasted around the world, and I definitely want to be a part of that.
Okay, okay, okay. And coming from season one, from season two, is there anything that you wanted to change about yourself or do different than you did in season one?
Most definitely. I feel like people thought, I was very humble. There were so many good things about me, but there was like no negative thing, not too many negative things, and that's okay. It's good to always, have good things said about you, but I didn't want to come across so perfect. You know what I'm saying? I feel like even when people see me still today, they're like, what is wrong with Charlie? What is his natural state? So something that I definitely wanted to show more of this season is vulnerability. That I can cry, I can make mistakes. I do have bad days, and that's something that definitely was portrayed in this season.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie, you were my favorite season one. Like,
Oh,
yeah, you were. Yeah,
period.
so when John hit me up to do this, I was like, I'm gonna be able to talk to Charlie. Like, you were like, this was the first person that popped in my head. I was like, wait, wait. Let me make sure he on season two before I even say yes.
Oh,
Because if he didn't come
so
back, then
cute.
there's no point of me even mentioning
Right.
it. No, you were my favorite though. You
Oh,
were my
thank
favorite. I think you're
you.
a big example of showcase that you don't have to be dramaed out or be in fights or be loud to be like someone's favorite. Like, because you
Yeah.
literally was my favorite, and I'm pretty sure my
Yeah.
closest on
Yeah.
earth. Um,
Oh, thank you so much.
oh, you're welcome. After filming season one, did you like get recognized a lot, or was it like weird going in public and people noticing you more, or was it kind of like the same?
G Status definitely gave me a platform, and from that platform, yes, I got publicity. You know what I'm saying? So I could walk in a club and people be like, "Hey, are you Charlie XL from G Status?" And I'm like, "Yeah," But I definitely tell people all the time, like G Status is only one platform. So of course, I had to do work behind the scenes, and my team to get to where I am today. And yes, I have grown so much, as far as publicity and people knowing who I am, and
Hmm.
most of that being a part of G Status.
Okay, so I know you was a musician and you're an artist, of course. Career wise, where are you at right now? Like, what you got going on? What's coming up?
So through this season, I mean, of course, you're gonna see it all. I'm releasing my very first EP. I'm doing a video to my video. And there's so much more, but I want to kind of get people to tune in and see what is going on. But just know there's always things coming out because, of course, firstly, I have to develop my brand and expand. And I definitely am doing that this season.
Okay, okay. So let's get into the season a little bit more. So, just a quick question: who do you feel like was best dressed during this season?
Can I say myself? No, this way.
Yeah, everyone did, so it's okay if
Ah!
you do. And I'm,
You know
and
what?
I'm
I'm gonna be the
talking.
bigger person and say somebody else. Like, I think that's so stunning. We be like, it's me, 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 me. So I feel like yes, I gave the girls looks, but somebody that also gave the girls looks is my best friend Robert Guy. And I feel like he was the best dressed as far as always giving looks, always keeping the same type of level of fashion.
Right.
I would give it to Robert.
Okay, okay. I was thinking of you every time I asked that question. I was like, these bitches better say Charlie, and they
Ah!
weren't saying they weren't saying
Right.
Charlie. And I was just like,
No, I
y'all
mean I know
haters.
I'm the best dressed, but it's okay with passing the baton. Like, girl, let a girl have a little shine. It's okay with that. I'm
Okay.
okay with that.
So, who do you feel like was the worst dressed?
Sure, girl. Farmer.
Stop.
Girl, farmer down, don't really have that much body, always having his shirt, his vest open, his shirt open. Even in the promo pictures, that was released, like Shirai was always the worst dressed. Like he'll give a do rag with sunglasses and jeans and those, them little Forever 21 boots you used to wear in high school, the little 1999 boots. She gives that over and over again. I'm just like, and my friends, and we want to help her, but she just not that girl like that to be like, hey sis, let's help you. You know what I'm saying? She's very confident for what she comes across. You know what I'm saying? Yes, she has her downfalls and sensitivity, but she's confident how she looks. So it's like, girl, if you think that's the look, then girl, that's the look for you.
That's the look. Okay.
That's the look.
So who's your I don't really remember you like clicking up with anybody season 1, but what about this season? Do you have like a favorite girl?
So I am kind of developing a clique, a clique only because one of my best friends is on the show now, Robert Guy, which I mentioned earlier in Best Dress. And Redrick Byers, he's also.
I love him.
Yeah, good. I want to make sure that I want to make sure that everybody in my circle is loved, and we're also strong in who we are, and we don't take no shit, but we're humble and we want to give back. And I feel like Redrick and Robert are those that are kind, and they deserve to be in a clique with me, and I deserve to be in a clique with them.
Oh, that's what's up. Okay. So those are your favorite girls. Who are your non-favorite girls this season?
I think the world already knows Shirai. And then besides that, I wasn't really feeling delicious this season.
Okay.
Only because she is one of those girls that I felt like came out like skyrocketing. And when I don't say skyrocket in a good way, like she's taking off with her music and her brand, I mean skyrocket like she was so thirsty for the eyes of the camera that she didn't even know what direction she was going. And then
I get you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the season, people will see that like, damn, she's apologetic for everything she did because she just came out trying to be seen, trying to be heard, that she didn't even know what direction she's going. And these girls have to be very careful of how they portray themselves because this goes with their brand. So if you out here acting ratchet and you can shoot somebody and you part of a gang, like the girls gonna look at you like, baby, like that's not cute, So those two, Delicious and Sherrod, are definitely people who I don't see it for and probably won't ever see it for in the future.
Okay, that's funny that you just mentioned like all the extraness. Because the next question I was gonna ask you was basically, do you feel like there was anybody pump faking or doing the most for the cameras or like showing out, or basically like when the camera was off, they was one way, and then when the camera was on, they was another way?
It would probably be again Delicious. Like, to be honest and very transparent, she threw me off. Like, she came across like this very nice and genuine girl at first, but she was always like saying stuff to me and my friends that didn't even sit right. Like, I had to remind my friend Robert that she told me when she first met me that she was about to buy a franchise of Chick-fil-A. And we were looking at her like, oh, girl, stop playing. You kidding. And she was like, no, seriously. And I was like, do you know they don't even support gay people? Like, this was, 2 years ago. And let alone somebody of the trans community. And she was like, no, I didn't know that. I guess I'm not going to do it. Like, girl, what? You walking around telling girls you finna buy a franchise of Chick-fil-A because you want to portray that you have this buku of money because Chick-fil-A only gives franchise people got buku of money, period. But that's what she gave across, you know what I'm saying? And and when you see a default or a downfall in somebody, you start to break them into pieces. Like, oh, girl, so she got on red bottoms. They're probably not red bottoms. She got a Gucci purse. It's probably not a Gucci purse. She said she got this. She probably don't got that because she lied for me from the jump.
I get you. No, that makes sense. Okay, so I
yes.
To the cast member.
Get these girls together.
I'm not show favoritism. You don't understand.
I know. You have to show favoritism.
I heard a few of situations that happened, talking to the other cast members. But to you, what do you feel like was the most dramatic event? Like something that just, everything just went left. This was not good. It was not an okay night.
This interview when is the interview gonna be viewed? Like, it's gonna be after the show is coming out, so I can say some parts of the show.
Okay, so you don't have to like give into detail. I know a lot of people just like it was a dinner. I know people said dinner, and then one person said it was with you. But we, so, you don't have to like give detail. But
should I spill the tea? Okay, I won't give the detail. I'll give you like a synopsis of it. Okay. So I would just say, yes, it was a dinner, and I was arguing with a member of the trans community. Her name is Delicious. And she said something to me, like she called me a name and she was lining us from the get-go, and I was heated. And I said something very inappropriate to her. You know what I'm saying? So at that moment, I had to leave the scene because I'm like, oh my God, Charlie, like you kind of just lost, you got out of character, one. Two, I feel like I don't want to be disrespectful to the point in which I'm judged. You know, it's okay to throw shade and kiki,
Right.
but when you're disrespectful to the point where it's like, oh girl, she doing way too much. Like she don't care about nobody else but trying to hurt somebody. Then that's when you got to sit back and be like, wow, I need to reanalyze myself and be more
Right.
respectful to others. But I apologize to the community for what I said, but and to her, but it's still fuck her. Because my thing is, I'm not going on the notion of Nene Leakes saying I said what I said, but when somebody pushes you and how they represent themselves and you say it, you only can say that because that's how you truly feel about their character. And her
Right.
character is off the wall horrible. And I would never say that to anybody else in the trans community ever, because all the members of the trans community that I know and represent themselves well, they do it damn good. And you would never want to disrespect them because you can't. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
So, yeah, but it was definitely a moment I'm apologetic for. But I feel like when it releases to the world, the ones that, want to take it and run with it and, be mad at me for saying that they will. But the ones who are truly, understanding and stick with me by my side will accept my apology and still, fuck with me going forward.
Well, you still my favorite. So
You got what to say.
so, how do you feel about? And I don't think you're this type of girl, but how do you feel about fighting? Do you feel like, it's
Yeah, I don't really
necessary?
fight. I had one scene, but it was very much so like the girl didn't want to like come forward. It was, but no, I don't really fight on camera. I'm not that type of girl. I'm not that type of person, because it's just tacky, you know, fighting in public, fighting on camera, fighting in the house with your mate or spouse. Like, it's just late to me. So, no, I don't really indulge in violence like that.
Okay. So, I know during this interview you spoke how you're not really feeling delicious, you're not really feeling Sherrod. Was it hard to play nice when you had to kind of be in scenes with them or be around them frequently?
It's so funny. The very I could guess I could say it, but the very first scene is one of my opening scenes. And it really like just shows my brand very well. But however, I was in a scene with Sherrod and Delicious, and like everybody that was watching that gave me feedback was like I was just standing there and talking to them like they were peasants. You know what I mean? Like I was still being nice, but I was very much so like, okay, girl, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because you can always say face, and be
Hmm.
nice to somebody, but in the back of your mind you don't fuck with them, and
Right.
that's how it is. Like, hey girl, I'll take a picture with you, click click. But after that, girl, you go left, I go right. And that's just on period.
And that's just on there. Okay, okay. So you did say there was a lot of situations going on this season. I heard it has been a lot of situations. Do you feel like production played a part in that? Do you feel like this season was like one for the books because production stuck its nose and basically just made a whole bunch of altercations and situations come up?
I would never ever blame production, and the reason why is because just because somebody gives you the bait don't mean you have to take it, you know.
Mhm.
So I feel like a lot of people were in situations where how it went was based off of them. Like I can't ever blame production because Delicious said something that was maybe, brought into the air, and then how I responded, I blame production because I was in the same scene with her. No, ma'am. Like you have, the cast has to take completely and utterly responsibility for what they said, but how it goes is based off of you. You determine your future and your in the situation.
Okay, that's true. That's true. Okay, so
Hmm.
a little bit more about production. Is there anybody that you felt like you saw get fired on the set, or someone that always had an issue with production, or it was very difficult for production to like handle them? Maybe like they always had an issue with a set, like on set or setting up a scene or etc. Just like a troublemaker for production.
Yeah, but it's funny. I can't remember their name. One and two, they're no longer on the season, so they were cut. Like they did maybe two scenes and then they was gone.
Is this
So,
cop?
huh?
Are they a cop?
I don't know.
I keep hearing about this mystery person, and I'm just
Yeah, that's
trying to find out
him.
who it is, and no one like literally y'all all are saying the same. I don't know. I don't remember
Yeah,
his
I
name.
mean, that's him. Like, I feel like it was this mystery guy, you know, and then he was gone. Production was always be like, get off the scene because he would never do what he was supposed to do. And then after a while, he was cut. So nobody knows him, child. He might be so cut where he won't even probably be in the scene.
Background.
Yeah. He gonna get cut,
Alright.
girl. Yeah.
So let's talk about season 1 just a little bit. So who all is returning for season 2 that was on season 1? It's you, Sherrod, Tramel. That's it, right? Oh, and
And
Keith.
girl, you can't forget Grandpa.
Stop! Stop! Please stop! Don't let me do this.
They gonna see you laughing at these jokes. You can't edit it. They gonna see you laughing.
So
Yes, girl. You can't forget the
before,
infamous, famous Grandpa, girl.
no, yeah, I'm not trying to get red about her because she can read me for a whole 30 minutes and I'm
Girl,
not.
don't be. Girl, do not be scared of her. Period. These girls are so scared of the king because he say whatever the fuck he want to say. Girl, you and me can say whatever the fuck we want to say too. Don't be scared of him.
Oh,
Shit.
period. Okay, so it's y'all 4, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so is there
Yeah.
anybody from season 1 that you would have wanted to come back for season 2 that didn't?
I liked everybody from season 1, probably except who did not really care for? Probably Corday a little. I mean, I didn't really necessarily dislike him or like him, but it was like if you're not there, I don't really care type thing. But
Mm-hmm.
I really liked everybody from season 1. Like, I mean, Sherrod girl, it's whatever with her, but people want to be on a platform and showcase themselves. I'm not gonna stop that. So I want everybody to come back, but there's nobody I really hated from season 1 that I didn't mind coming back.
Okay, and what about it? How do you feel about the new girls, as like in general? Do you feel like they brought life to the show? Do you feel like we could do
Uh,
better?
um, of course, some could do better. Some could be better. But I'm gonna give them benefit of the doubt only because like I feel like they can develop just how I developed from season 1 to season 2. They can develop from season 2 to season 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely feel like the cast is stronger. And they're stronger more so not based off of their looks, which is a factor because they are stronger in their looks, but also their brands. Like a lot of the girls from season 1, okay, yes, she talks shit, yes, she make you laugh, but what does she do? You know,
Understand?
like
Yeah,
so this season,
everyone's
it's
just
like,
something.
yeah, she cute, she make you laugh. Oh, okay, she's a makeup artist. She cute, she make you laugh. Oh, she a dancer. So if people actually have brands for
Different.
themselves.
That makes sense. I feel like season 1. I feel like the reason why y'all show stood out from everyone else's is because season 1 cast did look good, but I feel like it it, it was just the storylines for the individual people was missing. The look was there,
Right.
and I have friends like that. I have friends that look amazing, but they are boring.
Yeah.
Like when they have our parties, they're just sitting there. So like
Yeah.
they have a lot of followers, but when people meet them in person, it's just like. So yeah,
Right.
it's good to mix it
Yeah,
up.
that's like, I'm your favorite. I get on a FaceTime call. I'm just like, yeah, sure. Yeah. It's like you can be in love with somebody because of the way they look, but you also want to be in love with them because of their personality. That's going to
Right.
take that's going to take you further than where you're at because people can
Definitely,
actually relate to you.
definitely, definitely. Okay. So what is your plans for the reunion?
Bitch. So first, give a look, honey. Period. Give these girls
Period.
what they need. Okay, and that's on that.
Period.
Okay,
You
that's on
better. You
that.
better.
And also, make sure I clear up everything that wasn't cleared up during the season. You know what I'm saying, girl? If you got tea, what's the tea? Let's talk it out. Girl, if y'all, have something that y'all thought about that maybe I didn't necessarily think was true or whatever. So whatever needs to be cleared up, it will be cleared up at that reunion. And that's on period. On season 1 reunion, I was very much so quiet. Like I was very much so chill. Like I didn't really give too much. But that's only because I wasn't involved in as much drama as other people were. So I let
Right.
they have their moment. But this
Hmm.
season, I'm
And now they're
definitely
not
involved.
here anymore.
All right, look at the time, girl. But now, like, I'm definitely involved in a lot more drama. It's a part of my storyline, so of course I'm gonna have to clear some things up.
Are we gonna have another "you gotta follow me" moment? Because that
Ah!
was that like you don't no. You don't understand how many times I rewatched that. Just and it's like it was so weird because, like I said, you wasn't in any drama. Like you was really cool, but it's like your
Uh,
whole demeanor when you walked in. I was like, oh, he's pissed off. I don't know what.
right,
Like, but
right,
you came
right,
in and like you were just like looking at everybody like, ugh, you know.
right. You gotta follow me, girl. What's up? What's up? And
Oh my
that's
goodness.
and that's my and you said it right on the nail. Like you couldn't have said it better. My demeanor is very much so cool, calm, and collected. What's up? Let's have a good time. But if you piss me off, unfortunately, you get a different side. And I feel like that's what everybody, some people just gotta stick up their ass and they always upset because they're not happy in life. Girl, that's their tea, not mine. But when somebody pisses me off or a girl's problem that needs to be addressed, yes, Charlie would hit you a different way and you'd be like, wait, that's Charlie? Yes, girl, because you
Yeah.
tried it. And I don't like to be tried like that. You know what I'm saying? So there's not I got a problem with you moment, but there is a moment where you're gonna be like, wow, Charlie, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be like, damn girl, I don't know. So
Okay.
I feel like it's definitely a moment in there like that. But like I said from the beginning, I'll say it again. Like if you fuck with me, you fuck with me and you're gonna understand like what I did and going forth I'll be apologetic for it. But
Mhm.
if you wasn't fuck with me, then you're gonna use it and run with it. And unfortunately that's on you.
Okay. So last question. So how was your experience as a whole for season two? So putting in the new friendships, the old friendships, the altercations, production beef, everything as a whole. How was it
Um
for you?
as a whole, I definitely think it was a wonderful experience. It definitely was an experience good enough to be like, I'll be returning for season three. It definitely opened my eyes to a lot of things, that when you get bigger, when things get bigger, you get more attention, it becomes more problems. Like they say, more money, more problems, more clout, more problems. So I definitely think that this season has developed me, into who I'm becoming or who I have become. And it's a way to once again give the world my brand, let them know who I am as a person, but get them to get to know me as well, and I definitely enjoy season two. I feel like everything has a long way to go. I want to see it on the big screens. I want to see it on national television. But like I
I
said from
think
the
y'all have the
start,
potential to get there.
huh?
I think y'all have the potential to get there. I feel like out of
Yes,
all the shows, I feel like y'all really do. And
yes,
I'm not just
but
saying it because I really do. Out
yeah.
of everyone, G Status has the potential.
Yeah, and when you see season two, you're gonna definitely say it has a potential because it's a whole nother wave. Like it's a whole nother wave. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to be a part of it. I really am.
Alrighty, well, do you have any last words?
Um, girl, let the games begin, girl. Period. And that's on that. That's on period. Let these games begin, girl. Because guess what? I'm ready, and I will always be
Ready?
ready, girl.
Big
And even
bang.
if I fall down, best believe I will get right back up. Period.
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 All right, thank you so much. You have a great day, okay?
No problem, love. You too. Okay.